Hi, welcome to the Rosé Forêt YouTube channel. My name is Jamie, and today I'm going to be doing another segment of EGL History for you, and we are going to be talking about Usakumya, the infamous Baby the Starshine Bright mascot, and Lolita Queen. So first off, let's start by talking about some history about Baby the Starshine Bright. So Baby the Starshine Bright is one of the biggest Lolita brands. It was founded in 1988 by the married couple Akinori and Fumio Isobe. Their first storefront was opened 11 years later in 1999. And by 2002, they released their first Usakumya plushie and rucksack. By 2004, we also had Kamikaze Girls, which really put Baby the Starshine Bright on the map. So let's jump into Usakumya. So the original Usakumya was a long-faced generic teddy bear. This was just a regular plushie. She had a red ribbon on her neck and very sparse details. Her fur was also very long, and she just looked kind of like a regular teddy bear. But she did have the iconic bunny ear, or bunny suit, I should say. So that was a main part of her conception from the very beginning. And so from this original Usakumya, we finally got the first Usakumya rucksack, which had that same generic teddy bear structure as the first one. The red ribbon was removed in this bag. The face and structure were still similar to the plushie version. She had long fluffy fur just like the original, and I'd imagine you'd need a lint roller for this type of item in your closet because it looks like she would be the type to shed. Next up, we get Usakumya and Boy Usakumya. This is the first time that the Usakumyas start to look like what we're used to now. They were released in 2005, and there were a lot of changes that were made to this version of these Usakumyas. Notably, the red eyes were added. Before, we just had those basic brown eyes and a little brown nose. Now she has red eyes and a pink nose. She also has a smaller, cuter looking face. Bows on the ears. The Boy Usakumya had some tartan bows, and the white Usakumya had some little pink bows. The hands and feet are now pink. There's a Baby the Starshine Bright logo embroidered onto the foot. And of course, the most obvious change is that there is now a black Usakumya, which is referred to as Boy Usakumya. So this was the first beginning of what looks like the regular Usakumya we all know and love today. So jumping up to Usakumya's debut on a whole entire dress. It was the 7 Keys print by Baby, which came out in 2006, just a little bit after the bags. And it was just a very basic JSK with a small print on the bottom. It looks like there were clock images, there's a little bird, there's a key, and of course there was Usakumya, except this time her face was brown and she did not have any ear bows. But this was her first debut on a dress and her first debut on a print. So after this era, we have the Baby the Starshine Bright Paris release. So Baby opened up their Paris location in 2007, and it was a pretty big deal. 3 Kumyas were released in addition to all the other fun stuff happening at that Paris location. The Usakumyas who were released came in pink, white, and black and white. I couldn't find a picture of the black and white one, so I apologize. And she actually had forward-facing bows instead of the side ear bows that we had seen prior to this. And she also had an Eiffel Tower embroidered on her foot, which is just absolutely darling. We love to see it. And this would be the base styling for all the Usakumyas to come. As we can see, her second dress debut, which was called Usakumya Stylish Sweet Time, this came out in 2008, was a delicate looking dress and JSK that had little ribbons and then little Usakumyas right on the inside of the print. I love the front detailing of the bodice. It's just super, super precious. And then we, of course, love to see little Usakumya making her appearance inside the print. This dress was supposed to be styled in a Parisian way, and that's when Usakumya became kind of associated with Paris after her Paris debut. And this started the beginning of the Usakumya boom. After 2008, that French style of Usakumya that we saw released in Paris became a hit. Everybody loved her, everybody wanted to be her, everybody wanted one. She began to make more appearances on dresses, cutsews, bags, and accessories. I mean, anything you could ever think of to put Usakumya on, she was on. 2009 was also the unveiling of Baby's other mascots, Sophie, Julie, and Lillian, who are the yellow, pink, and blue bears that you can find on this print right here. And this was the beginning of Usakumya's reign. And we're jumping into 2009 with the Usakumya Pochette being released. It was the first Pochette, and it was very detailed and very cute. It was smaller than the previous Usakumya rucksacks, more affordable to the average person. And of course, we all love miniature things. So this was a hit. It came in 3 colors, the white, the black, and the pink, which became pretty standard for Usakumya releases after this time. Those are the 3 main colorways you can find her in now to this day. And this was the start. Right after 2009, we jump into the 2010s, and this is where we just have everything you can think of Usakumya. We had dresses, we had coats, we had washi tape, there was even an Usakumya puppet, there were little keychains. Her friends began making debuts as well, as the plushies were beginning to gain a lot of popularity inside of Sweet Lolita, which corresponded a lot to the sweet boom of the 2010s. And this is where we see a lot of different stylings of Usakumya as well. As you can see, there's a couple on here that have little capes in all different colors. We see one in gingham, and then she makes an appearance on many of the dresses that were coming out at this time. So in 2013, another character was added to the Kumya franchise, and this was Kumakumya, a bear in a bear costume. We got to love it. We love the little double bear action here. Kumakumya was released in 2013 with the release of Kumakumya-chan's Sweet Chocolate print, which perfectly timed for the early 2010s chocolate boom. We all know everybody had to have their chocolate prints. People loved it. And Kumakumya was a brown bear in a bear costume with a brown lace trim and brown ear and neck bows. Super cute. I think she's probably one of my favorite Kumyas, but it's so hard to decide. So this 2010s boom with the sweet and everything began the beginning of the Kumya takeover. Nowadays, we see all different styles of Usakumya. We have slippers, we have bags, we have all different plushies, we have different rucksacks, we have totes, we have different outfits, there's rings, there's bags, there's accessories. It would probably take me hours to go over every single Usakumya release that has ever come out by Baby, because after the 2010s, she became an icon. Everybody wanted a piece of Usakumya. Everybody wanted her in their closet or on their shelf or to sleep with in their bed, maybe. I don't know. Do people sleep with Usakumyas? I don't even have one of my own, so hopefully someday I can get one. I love the boy Usakumya. I think it's so cute, but I also am very partial to black. So nobody's surprised there. But yeah, that's the brief history of Usakumya and some of her friends along the way. Please let me know if you have any questions down below in the comments. We'll try to answer them. Also, I gotta shout out my sources. I used Wikipedia, Talk and Phantasmafloria on Blogspot. Their post about Usakumya was the most detailed and most informational one I could find out there. So go ahead and give that a look if you're interested. And then, of course, I use Lolibrary. That's how I found out that there's, like 20 pages worth of Usakumya things that have been released by Baby. So shout out to them for doing the best work out there ever and putting together all of that information for us. But thank you for watching. Thank you for taking some time to learn about Usakumya's history with me. And we'll see you in our next video. Bye.